Hey students, today we are going to be doing an activity that is designed to help you remember moments in your life so that you can get those down on paper and then you'll be able to use those moments from your life to write narrative stories or narrative moments. So today's activity here actually has very little writing at all. It's going to have some drawing involved. So the very first thing you need to do is get a piece of paper. And then on that piece of paper, I want you to list places that you have lived. Okay. Now, no other students are going to see this. I'm not going to see this. You don't have to have the exact address down. You could just say my house in Norman or my apartment in New York City or wherever it is that you've lived. So I'm going to pause the video, and you might want to pause the video as well so that you can make a list of the places that you've lived. Once you've made your list, you need to start drawing. Now, here's the thing. Usually freshmen are like, oh no, like I can't do it perfect, so I don't want to do it at all. Like, don't think that way. The idea is just get as close as you can. And so maybe start with, all right, here's my bedroom, bathroom's next to that, kitchen's next to that. And do your best. It doesn't have to be perfect. Nobody's going to be judging you on how perfect your drawing is. And so just to give you an example, on the screen, you see one that I got out of a book. It's actually a book of poetry. And this poem is called Upstairs. And they drew their floor plan like this. And then here is mine. This is the example that I chose. So I've lived in a few different places, but I chose to draw the house that I live in now in Norman. And now I know you can't tell from the picture because it looks so good, but believe it or not, my garage is not really, really big. I just did a bad job of drawing my garage in relation to the rest of the house. And the guest bedroom is not the size of a bathroom. You know what? I made a mistake, but that's okay because this is exactly what you need to do. So pause the video and do this now. Now that you have drawn your own house or apartment or wherever it is, your next goal is to think of specific memories connected to certain spaces in your house. And you're like, what? But just think about it. What are memories you've had in your house? Like if I had picked the top address, that 4203 North Bar Avenue, that's the house where I grew up. I don't live there anymore, but I could tell you which bathroom I was in whenever I was a little kid, where I'd pulled the top of the toilet tank off and I was holding it, and then my mom saw me and screamed because she was scared, and I dropped it and it shattered all over the place. That's a memory that I have in the bathroom of my old house. Okay, so for this activity, I ended up doing it like this. Here is the same floor plan that I just drew. I drew an arrow here saying this is where I read. I have a desk right here. This is where I work. Sometimes, so I have a dog named Lois, and sometimes I want to hide from her so she can like find me. And so I'll come in the bathroom and hide in the shower right here, and then she doesn't know where I am, and she's like running around looking for me, but she always finds me. There's a cabinet in my bedroom right here that Lois knocked off one night and fell off her bed, and so that was really, really funny. Whenever I host game nights with my friends, there's a table here in my dining room, and that's where I do that. So notice a lot of these memories aren't like revolutionary. They're not really fancy. This is where I hide from my dog. This is where Lois knocked something over. Here's where my grill is, where I knocked off my old phone and I cracked the screen. Not a huge deal, but these are just some of the memories that I have in my house. So at this time, go ahead and pause the video and add memories to your own floor plan. All right, now that you've finished that, you are done with this assignment. Later on, we're going to do other writing assignments, and you might be encouraged to come back to one of these memories that you remembered connected to a place that you live to use for your narrative writing. Good job, guys. See you later.